backed off the locking nut. Actually, as unmaintained as it is, it wasn't that badly seized. It just took a couple of knocks with a drift and it came out. At the moment I believe that that's the old packing right there. It doesn't even look like, well, it certainly doesn't look like 6mm. It's even less than that. We'll find out, I guess. And I would like to know what is in there, which is why I'm going to film it and then watch the video. What is in there? Maintenance. It's not art, it's war. You know why? It's a great design for a stone gland, but why tuck it away so far that nobody can ever fucking reach it? So I'm actually laid across the top of the engine now, with my head as far down as I can. Oh, I'm trying to cry about it. I'm trying to reach this thing. Nowhere to put a torch. There we go. So I think the grey stuff there is just melted packing, destroyed packing that has just come to rest on there. And the problem being that if I scrape at it, I run the risk of damaging either this face or the shaft. It's very thin. There are only a few areas of it that stick up, but it's hard to tell. Well, no, it's not actually. That is old packing in there, but without drawing the shaft, I can't get it out, and I have to ask myself just how clean that really needs to be. That the mating surface there is certainly smooth and has no pits or any kind of problems in it, and I'm only going to add pits and problems if I start chipping away at it, so I'm just going to clean it up as best I can and take it from there. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good. I think that must be old packing in there, but when I dig at it I come up against metal quite quickly, so I might just have a quick little scrape at it and then leave it. Yeah, that is all packing, but the packing doesn't even belong in there, you know, so it's certainly not doing anything now. And here you see you come back to metal quite quickly. Fortunately, I'm going quite gently and the shaft is stainless. I've got to be pretty brutal to scratch the shaft. And anyway, it's this section of the shaft that has the packing on it, so I'm not too worried. Alright, I'm just going to leave that. So it turned out, as I suspected, that the packing is actually in there. Packing's actually up in there. That's where it's going to go. I've got to clean it out first, of course. And I cut I bent a really small screwdriver to get in there and hook it out. I'll just get on with that and try. I can't juggle the camera, the torch and the pick at the same time, so I'll just get that started and then film some more. Okay, so this is all the old packing out. You can see what state it was in there. I'm not sure what that build-up, maybe it's melted packing, I don't know, or solidified grease, but it's all cracked and hard. It's lost all its tenacity there. It's shit. Strangely, there are only 2 rings of packing in the back there, in the gland. I'm not really sure that you can get away with 2 rings of packing. What I'll do is put the new stuff in,
2 rings, then snug it down on the stern gland so to really pack that stuff in there, and then try and get a 3rd ring in. See how we do with that. That's supposed to be a 50cm length. My arse. Anyway, that's the new packing. I'm going to put that in now, or I'm going to cut it at least. All you do is wrap it around the shaft, cut it at 45 degrees. I'll give you a shot of that when I've done it. But anyway, that's the old stuff out. My god, that was back-breaking, and I used a combination of a bent-over screwdriver. That was next to useless. That was pretty good, actually. A slightly bigger screwdriver and straight, and just dug it out with that. That was good. And that screw got the 1st ring of packing started on the way out, so that I could get that one out. So I would suggest really that the tried and tested method is to drive a small screw that doesn't damage the threads of the packing nut, the gland nut. Just drive that in there into the packing and try and pull it. But when I found when I pulled it, just pulled the screw out. But at least it frayed it enough to get it started, and I could pull it all out. And then finish the job with that, really. So good news is no damage done to anything, and all the old packing is out. So I'm just going to try and cut the new packing to size, and yeah, back in a minute. So here are the new bits of packing. I've just wrapped the whole lot round the shaft and cut 45 degrees across there. Now it is a 45 degree cut, although it does look a bit more like a straight butt, but it isn't if you sort of look at it. It's just frayed a bit, that's all. Anyway, what I'll do is put them in with 45 degree butt going that way at the 12 o'clock position, then do the other one with the 45 degree going the other way at the whatever that is, 4 o'clock position, and then the other one with a 45 degree going in the same way as the first one at the whatever that is, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock position, 8 o'clock position, like that. Tuck them in there and hope that I can get all 3 in, because only 2 came out, but I think if I put that one in and then tighten the gland and then back it off and then put the next one in, tighten the gland, back it off, I should be able to get 3 in there. And as long as I've got sort of that much on the threads there, because it's going to need tightening up once it's run in anyway. And I noticed that with 2 packing rings in there, even though they were, you know, they're knackered but they were full size, there was not much adjustment left on the stern gland there, so it probably needs 3 and only had 2. So I'm going to stick those in. What I'll do is try and get this one started. It's a bit hard to work in there. I'll try and get this one started, and then I'll try and film what I'm doing from there. Okay. So what I've done is just got it started at the joint first, and then worked around it with a fairly broad bladed screwdriver so I don't damage it. Well, I've just got it to the level of the top of the gland nut there, and what I'll do is get it in there until I can see probably 2 or 3 threads, and pack it home the rest of the way by screwing it onto the stern gland and trying to clamp it right down at the bottom there as best I can before I do the next layer. Before I do that, I'm going to mark the joint, mark 12 o'clock.
Alright, so it's threaded on there now. I'll try and hold the camera and the torch in the same hand. There we are. I just feel it coming up against the packing. And of course what I'll have to do is shine the torch in there to make sure that the packing hasn't slid around and changed where the 12 o'clock position is. As long as I check that, as long as I know where the 12 o'clock position is, it's all good. That's going in there really easy now. Seemed a bit dicking around, that's for sure. So that's one ring of packing in. There's the 12 o'clock position. I've actually got my hips on the engine, and now I'm still pretty good. Good news. That's the first ring in. Jesus. War, not art. Boat maintenance.